Yo, what's up? Can you hear me? Yo, what's up? There we go. Alright. What's up, man? Alright, cool. I'm about to get this off season cracking. Okay, okay. Alright, so we got a couple of big re-signings we got to do here. Longwoods is definitely a guy that I at least want to bring back for depth purposes. I'm going to put him on a long contract. And then Palmer was another guy that actually showed up for us as a pass rusher. So I'm just going to put him on a 2-year deal. But I'm going to bring him back, hopefully that he could possibly start for us next year. I'm not sure just yet if I want him to start, but more than likely he probably will end up being one of our starters. Kicker for sure. I don't have to do that. I actually know what. I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to put my kicker on a long contract. So we got our kickers locked up for as long as we possibly can. Florence, don't even need to say any more about this dude. Was our offense for the back half of the season. Gonna put him on a big contract for sure. That's a no-brainer re-sign for him. I'm excited about that. Then what else we got here? The punter, I'm gonna wait because I think we can do something else. Freeman, once again, if he wasn't hurt in that playoff game, we definitely would have had a chance to win. I feel like it would have been exciting to see what would happen if we didn't have him. Oh, if we did have him, sorry. If we did have him, would have been super excited to see what it would have been like. I feel like we would have been able to run the ball just a little bit more. I don't know. Put a little bit more pressure on my quarterback and my receivers and things to make more plays without him in the lineup. So definitely bringing him back. Then we're going to hold off on Henderson. And then we're going to re-sign this guy purely as a kick returner. Just like our kicker, it's just one of those guys that you want on your roster for as long as you possibly can. So it's one less position you have to worry about down the stretch. I just kind of throw him some random money. So that's that. This right guard, he's actually not a bad right guard. So if anything, he'd be for depth purposes only. So throw him contract. Then this was our slot receiver. He took over the back half of the season for us. He wasn't too bad. So I'm going to do that. Definitely bring him back for a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for quite a bit in free agency, honestly. I feel like we missed out on a lot of pieces last year. Or not missed out. I feel like we're missing some pieces that I feel like that can definitely give us a chance to win some ball games this year. So we only didn't re-sign 2 of these people. We didn't re-sign 2 people out of free agency. That's a good deal, and we still got a lot of cap space in place. What I'm primarily looking for, I like my tackles. My tackles are actually not that bad at all. My tackles, my guard play, I think could be improved on. This guy is pretty good. I think 62. I want to say Weaver was the guy that was killing me. No, it wasn't him. Who was killing me? It was some guy that was killing me. So I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Okay, maybe it is. What was him? 61. Okay. So my offensive line play was pretty decent. I can't remember which guy was killing me. I want to say it was one of my guards. So improving the guard position might be a strong possibility. Like I said, I'm happy with my tackles. Actually, no, take that back. Yeah, my right tackle position was definitely up in the air. I'm tripping. Definitely need to find a right tackle. Left tackle is solid. Wide receivers are solid. Run game is solid. Quarterback is solid. And then if we flip it to the defensive side of the ball, cornerback is definitely high on a priority list. And then getting to the quarterback, so pass rusher is definitely. I mean, he obviously had a great season, and obviously he's done really well for us. But I feel like I can definitely improve in the free safety position. There was a couple of plays I feel like he left on the field in a couple of games, so Sanders might be on the out just for trade bait purposes. I'm not sure just yet. So we'll see what happened here shortly. Alright, so see what else we got going on here. So free agency, I'm not going to try to spend too much money in free agency. Okay. I'm not going to try to spend too much money in free agency. I'm going to try to keep as much money in my pocket, mainly because I don't want any of my money to go back out, or when it comes time to actually resign some of my players on my roster, I don't want any money to go back out. Or I want to be able to have money to resign those guys. I'm tripping. I'm doing like 3 things at once. All right, here we go. So we'll go down this free agency list. So Unique Ngakwe. See, that's another guy too. Like the end position was definitely something I feel like we can improve upon. Linebacker is definitely not that big of a priority. Running back, we're cool. I'm not really too much worried about backup quarterback. Tyreek Hill, yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't feel like I need too much to the point where I need to go get a high dollar free agent to actually solidify anything. And even if I got Tyreek Hill, I just don't feel like that I would actually have an opportunity to do anything with him on the roster. I just don't feel like I pushed the ball down the field enough. My running back position is pretty up in there, or pretty clean actually. As long as Freeman stays healthy, we're good. Larry Tunsil, see, now this would be an interesting pickup, but he's down on the downside. I need to get somebody in there who can actually do something. It actually is a really good free agency class, looking at the top half of it. But I'm going for primary needs at this point. Some things that I feel like they can definitely give me an opportunity to be a little bit more successful. Tackle position. So that's going to be a guy we're going to be in marks and work for. I'm trying to find somebody that can actually play that right tackle position. That's what I really want. It just would save me on my my draft picks, and it'll allow me to go more heavier on the defensive side of the ball than having to worry about go getting a tackle early in the round or early in the first round. Because that's where it looks like. I love like this dude looks familiar. That name looks familiar for some reason. Can't remember. His name looks familiar. But by the looks of things, I think we're gonna wind up having to spend a first round pick on one of these on a tackle. It just depends on who's there. And if we have an opportunity to pick up somebody, this dude's a regular guard. And he's not that strong either. That dude's pretty solid, honestly. Throw him a contract. I'm going to mess around and have too many offensive linemen. I think that's what happened. One offseason, I wound up having like too many defensive linemen. Because I was just trying to build my pass rush as much as I possibly can. This dude's a really good pass blocker. I wish he was like 6'5". I really do. I mean, his height shouldn't have anything to impact on it, but I just like having 6'5" tackles. I don't know why. Shorter tackles just don't do it for me. D Ford, yeah. I mean, everybody's in his draft class, honestly. So it seems like Shaq Lawson. Who's my? I got Onobine. Okay. So I don't need too much there. See what's in the cornerback position. we can find one corner that we can really hang our hat on, that'd be pretty nice. Trey Waynes, Eli Apple. This, we get Werner Hargraves, that kind of improves our nickel position. We took a chance last year with Jason Verrett, and we wound up getting rid of Jason Verrett midway through the season. So that was something that was pretty comical, honestly. Like before the halfway point of the season, we got rid of Jason Verrett. So Bradbury. Oh no, no man coverage. See what else we got going on here. Who's this guy? This dude's a pretty good free safety, honestly. See, now if we get him, that kind of opens up us, give us the ability. They give us the ability to actually move on from Sanders. And I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll get this guy, then we can actually move Sanders. I think that's what we're gonna do with that. Let's see if there's any strong safeties. And then check the punter position. I'm just looking for a big leg punter, basically. And accurate guys. Nope, nothing there.
I'm hungry.
Okay, here's a good punter right here. This is gonna save me some money. I'm just gonna go and throw him on a big contract, and then my punter position will be locked up. I don't have to worry about anything there. And then that's that. I think we're good. That took a little bit longer than I wanted to, but we'll be alright. So free agents advance and come back. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and go to our next week. I need to share this. 1 second. I'll share this on Twitter. One second, almost done. The heck? There we go. This. And then this. And one more. Almost done. Give me a second. There we go. Alright, there we go. I had to share that real quick. Okay, see what we got. So we got our guard, we got our tackle, we got our Hargraves, and we got our punter. So we pretty much got all our signings, which is big. So Hargraves is definitely going to improve our nickel position. I think now, the way our draft is set up, it's kind of going to open up. Our board is completely opened up now. We're not obligated to go do anything, one particular thing. So this tackle is definitely a guy that we can go get and move him to right tackle, and then we'd be solidified at the tackle position. And then middle linebacker, we're good. I think pass rusher is definitely where I'm going to go. Probably going to put a lot of my stock into. I just need to get a guy that can get upfield, honestly. Palmer was pretty decent. I like Palmer. And Brookins is pretty good, but I think we can improve upon Brookins and move him to the 2 and just have him be swing. And then getting that safety is going to open up our free safety position. I think now we can move Sanders. And by moving Sanders, it's going to open up some things as well. So I'm going to check out the free safety and see if there's a free safety I can really hang my hat on. Banks Bryan is a guy that's pretty good. I like that guy. Let's see if there's a wide receiver we can mess with. That dude's pretty clean. I never really tried the 5'9" receiver, but that might be a strong possibility this year, just to kind of open up our offense a little bit more. I don't know why I scouted that guy. He ran a 4.65. Another big, tall receiver. I don't know. Like, I really don't want to go get another big receiver, so I want somebody around the 6'3" mark right here, but maybe that 6'1", 6'2" mark. This guy is really good, actually. I like the way this guy looks, and he's going to be late. So he can be one of our later guys. Oh, hello. This dude ran a 4.26 at 6'2". And he's supposed to be at a 4th round. Oh, my God. We're not picking until the top of the 5th. Oh, my God. I want this guy. We might take a chance and we might end up losing him, but I'm going to try to get him in the 5th round. I might even try to get the number 1 overall. Or not the number 1 overall, but the first pick in the 5th round. Let's see if that can be something. That might be a possibility for sure. Alright. That's all the scouting points for that stage. We got all our free agent signings, so I'm not too much worried about anything else. Let's see if anybody picked up Tyreek Hill and those guys. I bet you Tyreek went to Denver. He always goes to Denver. Look at that. He literally always goes to Denver. Carson went to the Browns. That's a good one. Keanu Neal to the Cards. That's a good one. Cards are playing. Browns ain't playing around either. I feel like Devondre Campbell stay in Buffalo as well. Emmanuel Sanders to the Bucks. And there goes the Browns again. Lamar Tunsil to the Texans. That's so comical. Makes sense, but it's comical. All right, Nick Foles to the Patriots. All right, cool. So, all that being done, said, let's go ahead and move on to our next round. Oh, wow. I didn't really pay attention. We didn't get that free safety initially. Oh, good thing I didn't trade Sanders right away. So now we have that free safety. I feel like that's going to, like I said, definitely going to allow us to move Sanders. So that's probably what we're going to do. We'll try to get in the top of the 5th round. Let's see if we can go get that receiver. Let's see if there's any other free safety we're looking at here. Oh, no. What you got, Benson? Oh, no. Perfect. I was hoping that last one at least be zone. Playmaker. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And then corner. Corner is extremely important at this point. I think we need to go get a corner that we can really hang our hat on. A guy that we can at least play at the 2 or at the 1. Booty is definitely going to be somewhere either the 1 or the 2, depending on who this guy is and who we decide to pick here. But there's literally no one that's like technically jumping off the screen to me right now. So what I'm going to do, see if there's somebody like late we can mess with. I'm just looking for an outside guy. Somebody can play outside corner. Who's this? He's an athlete, that's for sure. Who's this guy? That's another one too. He's on our watch list. So that kind of gives us that nickel possibility. And we're just going to drop that guy off now. Yeah, we're not going to finish that. Alright. let's go look at these pass rushers before we mess around and not have any. So Josh Gray is definitely a guy that we can mess with, especially having that 3-cone where it's at. That 40-yard dash I'm not too much worried about, but his block shedding is definitely high. He's a guy that we can put on the outside that can replace Brookins. Kind of compete with Brookins at that position. That's an interesting one too, at least for the right outside linebacker position. This 3-cone is like down though. He has power moves. That's an interesting pickup too, but he's a 3rd-round pick, so we might not even be able to mess with him to begin with. All right. Let's go ahead. I want to find this pick real quick before the draft kicks off. So we're looking for the first pick in the 5th round. We can get that pick, and then hopefully we can go get that receiver. That's what I'm banking on, but there's nothing to be certain about. I don't know what pick that would be. We'll pick what the number 1 overall pick being the 5th. I'm just going to look for whoever has number 1 overall and go from there. Oh, there's Broncos. So the Broncos has that. Who's their free safety? Yeah, nice. Justin Simmons. Okay, well, they don't technically need a free safety. Who's their strong safety, though? Almost. So they're honestly set at the safety position. We can't really do anything like that. So, crap. We might not be able to get that receiver. Let's see who has number 2 overall. It's number 8. They're picking right behind me in the 1st round. Number 3. Who are your free safety? So they can use a free safety. So I'm going to trade with the Chiefs. Why not? It's the Chiefs. They actually have a pretty decent free safety. I like him a lot, actually. But I'm not going to trade for him. Yep, see, they're in the market for free. So we're going to move on from Sanders. That was something that I kept kind of complaining about last year. So I'm cool with actually letting him go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get their 5th round pick. And then hopefully we can squeeze out. I just passed it up, didn't I? They're 1 for next year. So that puts up on 2 for next year. So they're kind of in the works for that. See who else we can move on from. They're looking for a defensive tackle and a quarterback. Corner, we don't have anyone we can separate with from the cornerback position at this point. And our defensive tackles are definitely weak. I'm not letting go of Hargraves. Wide receiver, I don't think we have anyone that at the wide receiver position we can let go. And corner, free safety, we're giving them 1. So let's go look at our picks. Actually, I'm right. We can actually get rid of some picks for next year. I forgot we have that for next year. There we go. So we gotta start getting rid of those picks anyway. So Sanders is now a Chief. Our free safety position is now a competition. It's open competition at this point. So I'm cool with that. Cooper is definitely going to be the front runner. But we're going to see if we can get somebody out of the draft that can compete for that position at this point in time. And then if we get somebody that can compete with that, and then hopefully we can just get the best starting free safety for us at this point. So we got 1 more week of signings or scouting, so we're going to do that. This week I want to scout some more outside pass rushers, some guys that can get after the quarterback. This Flair guy keeps showing up. His 3-cone is pretty decent. He's definitely a power rusher. He's a guy that can play that right defensive end position for us. So that's definitely a possibility. And then we go back and look at the cornerback position. Sullivan is pretty good. He just can't press, which I can live with, honestly. It's not that bad, but his zone is being that high is a pretty good deal. This guy just ran a 4.49. That's his only knock, honestly, and I might be able to live with that as well. And then this guy, I think, ran a 4.52. So, and he's just, I don't know. Maybe the 4.52 is a little bit better than what it shows because he's 6'4". So that's another possibility as well. So corner is definitely going to be it's a high priority for sure. Outside pass rusher is it's right there on the list with getting a defensive tackle. So that we're kind of in flux with that as well. Or not defensive tackle, tackle offensive lineman. I'm trying to see if there's anybody late that we can mess with. Um, there's a couple of guys here that I feel comfortable if I was having to take them, that I would be okay with taking them. Let's see what's at this right outside linebacker position. This guy is really intriguing to me, honestly. His three cone kind of turns me off, but if anything, he's going to set a hard edge with his strength and his power moves. So that's going to be something that's really good, especially for our run game. So he can definitely help us improve there, if anything. He's pretty much the same guy as that other linebacker we just looked at. He's a prototype. He's more of a, yeah. Okay, so then let's go look at these defensive ends. Maybe we can sneak one out of the defensive end position. No, this dude's a speed rusher, and he's pretty solid for his size and everything. And if I picked him up in the first round, I could definitely replace Brookins with him. And that'd be really interesting, but that'd be a first round pick gone, and I'm not sure if I want to technically. Like, here's another guy that I would love to actually have on my roster, but he's a 4th round pick and he's not gonna make it to us. That's really scary, honestly. I would definitely like to go pick him up. That dude's too weak for his size. Like, I feel like a guy his size should definitely be stronger than that. So now this dude, this is interesting. Look at his size, but then you look at his report card. His report card says he's an athlete. So, like, if you take his size out of the equation, his report card tells me that he should be so much quicker and so much faster. This guy is really intriguing. He's extremely intriguing to me. Wow, that's wild. Okay, yeah, definitely gonna be on our pickup list for sure. That's the kind of guys, or those are the kind of guys we're actually looking for at this point in the draft. Guys that are just really interesting, and he looks like just an oversized athlete, which is really legit. So here's another guy that, once again, he can play inside, and he would definitely improve our run defense 100%. I think with his size and his strength, this guy would be an interesting outside play. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so alright, so I mean, right now, looking at late round pass rushers, we're not gonna probably get one. So we're gonna have to either go early to go get a pass rusher, or we're gonna skip out on a tackle. See if there's a tackle we can sneak in this later parts of the draft. A guy that I feel comfortable taking. And I mean, technically we picked up that tackle on free agency, so that's something that we have to take into consideration as well. That guy is not up to par at all. But that's something that we have to take into consideration as well. By getting that tackle late, we actually, or getting that tackle on the free agency, kind of opens up things for us a little bit. Not too much. Oh, hello. Now he can't pass block, and that's gonna be his ultimate downfall. But if anything, he screams right tackle to me. So definitely a guy that we can probably open up our draft just a little bit more for. Wilson is definitely a guy that is really interesting. I think we just have to take Wilson at this point in time. Oh yeah, this draft is deep and it's solid as heck. It's really exciting actually. Like, this is the kind of draft we needed to kind of bolster our team. I think Wilson is going to definitely be our first round pick. One of our first round picks, and I think one of these 3 corners, depending on which one is at that point, fall to us. But if Wilson there at 7, we're taking Wilson, and then whatever remaining corner that we feel comfortable taking is what we're going to take. Hopefully, it's still on the board as well. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I think that's what we're going to do. Wilson's going to be our first pick, and then we're just going to. I can't not have a good offensive line. It's not my forte. So let's go and get to this draft real quick. Alright, so Fair going to the Broncos. Yeah, because Broncos do have number 1 overall. Alright, so here we go. I'm just going to jump right into this draft. I wonder if anybody got Derrick Henry. Yeah, Tampa got Derrick Henry. That's an interesting pickup. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's get this draft fired up. So we got the Broncos there. I'm just going to go to our next pick. Yep, Fair came off, and there goes Wilson. Fuck, I knew it. I was holding my breath. I knew Wilson was going to be gone, though. He went in the top 5. I'm not surprised. I should have actually did some more work and went up there and got him. I shouldn't have been passive about it. If I really wanted to tackle, I should have went up there and got him. That was on me. That was on me. God, that was on me. So now we got this guy here, Apple White. He can't pass block for nothing, but it kind of like... we kind of still need that tackle. And then we'll see what remaining corners are still there. I think we're going to go ahead and... yeah, he's still there. That's at this point, Sullivan is the guy. We're just going to go and pick him up. Oh, nice. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what we need now. So we can move Booty to the 2. We got Hargraves at the slot position. And that's going to set us up nicely as far as our secondary play goes now. We have a number 1 corner for now, but we'll see what happens once he gets on the field, if he performs like a number 1. So now if Applewhite is still on the board when we go to pick at 23, I think we're going to go with that route. And I think he did fall to us. Nope, there he went to Houston. God. Okay, I'm just getting too passive with these tackles. Okay, so let's see what tackles are still remaining on the board, if they're even worthy of going to go get. That guy is not messing. I'm not messing with him. I'm not messing with him. And at the right tackle position, I didn't even scout this guy, but I'm not going to mess with him. I think there was a guard that we were looking at. Wow, that's a really good guard, actually. That dude's going to make somebody a really solid starter. Where's he at? There's a taller guard. I want to say. There he is. Harris. So this is what we're probably going to be leaning towards now as our starting right tackle, or at least projected starting right tackle. So it's going to open up our board now to go get a pass rusher. And so we got Roman Ball out here. Once again, this is going to be a guy that can play that defense and stop, improve our run defense. So that's really interesting there. And then we got this guy here. Let's see if there's any outside linebackers that were still on the board. So now this guy, he's going to set a hard edge. He's going to definitely improve our run game. And then maybe we can move Palmer to the other side. So that's a strong possibility too. And then at the free safety position, we got this guy here. But I don't like his stats. Just don't care too much for him. I don't know why. He just doesn't scream like, I can do this. And I didn't even scout this guy, so that's really going to hinder me. Alright, we're just going to take our left outside linebacker at this point. We're going to stop messing around. So we knew he wasn't going to be a speed guy. More or less, we just picked him up, just kind of be a anchor, honestly, and just be a wall. So I think that's what we're going to do with him. He's going to play that right outside linebacker position. And if need be, we can move Palmer to the left outside linebacker position and go from there. So that's it. That's it. Our 2 picks are Lester and Lester and Sullivan, 2 defensive guys. Definitely improved our pass rush and our pass coverage. So that's going to be pretty interesting. But we still are kind of vulnerable or protecting our quarterback and improving our run game by blocking, which hurts me a lot. But we'll see what happens. This is 5th round. It's going to get to this 5th round. The scary part is that receiver I really want. He ran a 4.26 at 6'2". I'm pretty sure he's not even going to be there anymore by the time we start to pick. And here we are. So first thing first, I'm going to see if that receiver's still there. And nope, he's gone, which sucks hardcore. For some reason, I can't remember his name, and I don't know why. That sucks. I should have wrote his name down. Okay. Anyways, can I look at scouted? Okay, nah, he's gone. All right, so available. Stop messing around. Baker is interesting. Let's go to our draft board real quick. So we had a quarterback. I didn't know we had a quarterback scouted. Inside linebacker, he ran a 4.85. Fullback, inside linebacker. There was that big defensive end. There he is right here. I'm just gonna take him now. It's kind of run out of time. So that's so wild. His size and just everything from an athletic standpoint is just wild. That is insane. I don't know. I had to have him though. So, anyways, we picked him up. That would be an interesting defensive tackle if I ran a 4.3. That's all I'm saying. So I was gonna go to the next user real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna pause this draft because I want to see if I can spot that receiver. So I went there. Was Henderson? No. It's like his last name was Funky. I really can't remember. I think that's him right there at Tampa Bay. I think the Bucks got him. We're gonna say the Bucks got him. All right. I'm just gonna resume this real quick. All right, cool. So now we're back on the clock. Let's go look at that guard. There he is right there. It's gonna pick him up. That's a must pick up at this point. See, his pass block is not that bad at all, honestly. His run blocking, impact blocking is really solid. I feel like I can move him to right tackle, and I'd be really comfortable with that. I would be really comfortable with him playing right tackle. So that's gonna be exciting. So now we got some. We're getting some solid starters at this point in time. So no biggie. We still need to look at. What else was I looking at? I think that was it. Those are the guys I really wanted late. How many picks I got left? Okay. So at this point, we can just pick up some depth. And see if we can kind of get a gem. I'm going to take this. I'm going to wait on the quarterback one more pick. There might be somebody else in here that I might be overlooking. I need to start dropping some of these people off my thing. All right, here's a guy. Oh, that didn't sound good. Oh, he's not that bad. If anything, once again, just a depth guy that can improve our nickel position if need be, if we get to that point. And I mean, last year we didn't. That's not like we had a bad nickel last year neither. So, but I didn't want to take a chance this year of not having a guy that can play that nickel position. So I didn't want to take that chance. So I'm gonna drop this guy right here. Let me see what else we got here. This name sounds familiar. Okay. This guy. That D zone scares me off of him. Guard. Do run a 4.51 at 6'6". So I don't really need another size receiver though. That's the problem. I don't want to go get a size receiver, but here's what I got scouted right now, and I might mess with somebody else. Oh, hello. I said I didn't need another size receiver, but this guy is actually really solid. He's really good. Excuse me. I might end up having 2 6'6" receivers. That'd be interesting. Or I think Florence is 6'5". So I think that's something that might end up happening. I don't know. See what happens. Alright. So pass rush improved. What's this center looking like? Where's he gonna take that center? He looked interesting. Why not? And he was actually a really good pick. He's not that bad of a pick at all. So offensive line play was something that we want to improve on. So I might end up looking at another offensive lineman or a couple more offensive linemen. Defensive pass rush. I think we got a couple of guys. If anything, we got some pieces that can be moved around. They can definitely open up the board or open up the pass rush for us a little bit, if anything. Inside linebacker, I think we're really good at. But there was that one inside linebacker that was we had scouted on our draft board right here. So I think I'm gonna take these two with my next pick. So I'm gonna go get this quarterback. See what this quarterback's looking like. He's just he's a backup. He's not starting for us, so we're not gonna worry about that. We have that, and then I'm gonna try to take that inside linebacker. Oh wow, Miami just oh my god, Miami, are you serious? All right, well you snooze you lose. That's four guys this draft now that I've lost to just like sitting around. I guess if you really want somebody, you gotta go up and get them regardless. There's a defensive tackle that can add some size to our interior. I think that's what we're gonna do. Pretty solid defensive tackle. So we definitely improved our size, if anything. I'm not sure from an athletic standpoint if we got any better. I know that one big 6'7" guy we got, it was pretty athletic for his size. That was pretty interesting. Let's see if they can go sneak another corner out real quick. I should, you know what? I didn't even think about this, but I should have probably investigated the tight end position as well. Another 6'6" receiver. Nah, I'm good. I think I'm gonna wait. Let's go see what these safeties are looking like. That's a pretty interesting safety there. I'll show this guy. So he essentially was the same thing we had in what's the name? Sanders. I mean, Sanders is obviously a little bit better, but see if we can sneak. See what else is on our draft board first. So we got two fullbacks. I'm interested in my fullback position to see. I can't remember. Hold on, we're gonna pause this draft. I think my fullback may have made me mad, and that's why I was scouting some fullbacks. But I need to double check real quick. So my fullback's actually really good. I think. Okay, never mind. So yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm just gonna drop those two fullbacks. I was curious for a second there. I think it may have been a week where my fullback may have made me mad or something, and I dropped him. Or I went to go scout some fullbacks. It was one of those, like, you come off the game, you're like, I'm going to go scout this position because you're not playing for me next year kind of type deal. But from an attributic standpoint, my fullback's pretty good. Here's a good inside linebacker. Hello. Hello. How are you? Oh, my God. 75 zone? This dude might push for that number 2 spot behind McIntyre. Oh, my God. Okay. That was a steal. I'm completely satisfied with that pick. Okay, didn't want to do that. I think Jacksonville just got that other 6'6" corner or 6'6" receiver. So that was pretty much our draft. That was a pretty dry draft. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty. I'm not gonna say lackluster, but I feel like we missed out on a couple of guys that I really wanted to go scoop up. Let's go see. I'm interested to see what that inside linebacker looked like that Miami went to go steal for me. And then I want to see what that receiver turned out to be that I missed out on. So this is that inside linebacker that I was thinking about picking up. Yeah, I didn't miss out on anything. I mean, he's pretty quick. He's not fast, but he's quick. Probably going to be a solid inside linebacker. Solid, nothing. Wow, they got a Perry, man. This dude's really good. Everybody's trying to find a McIntyre. That's all I'm saying. But I got the only one, so. And I think Tampa Bay took that receiver that ran a 4.26 at 6'2". Dude was really interesting.
Yeah,
like, they didn't even need him. Yeah, that's him. Oh, my God. That's going to haunt me. Could you imagine him and Florence on the field together? Oh, my God. That would be so nasty. And it's crazy. Look how far he's buried on the depth chart. They didn't even need a receiver. They got Evans, Sanders, and Godwin. Or, like, what? You didn't even need him. That's, wow, their receiving core is loaded. And they picked up Derrick Henry in free agency. And who's Jimmy Dexter? Oh, my God. They didn't even need... Oh, my God. Are you want to talk about skill positions?
Daddy.
Oh my lord. Who's the QB? Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston better win MVP this year, bro. Like, he literally has the best weapon core I've ever seen. His weapons are insane. Holy, oh my god, that's wild. That is insane. Alright, so that's that. So let's go kind of doctor up our roster real quick and give us a idea of what we're going to look like going into the season.
Do I ever laugh?
Yeah, I laugh all the time. Alright, so we got 3 quarterbacks. But that's gonna be our quarterback situation. Larson has really good size, so I don't know how I end up with him. That might be one of those signings. Curtis might be the odd man out, so I'm just gonna cut him now. Unfortunately, Freeman's gonna be our starter, so that's gonna happen there. Wide receiver position. I like our wide receivers. I would like him better if we would have got the other dude, but I like our wide receivers. This guy is really interesting, picking him up. I'm interested to see what he's going to do. Everett is probably going to be out. I have to get rid of him. Underwood was a project guy that I'm so sad that like just did not pan out. This guy, he's 220. What's Underwood? 224. What's the other receiver? 229. Who's our other tight end? That's interesting. Considering we already got an X wide receiver playing tight end now. Got a Darren Waller of our own, if you will. That's wide receiver. Oh my god, we have a really deep wide receiving core, and I just don't know what to do with them. I don't want to cut any of these guys, but eventually I know I am. So we'll worry about that a different day. That's a future Mike problem. So we have this tackle here. This guy was our swing tackle last year, and that's probably going to be the same role this year. That's our starting left tackle, so we're good there. Now this guy we picked up to play right tackle, so we're just going to go ahead and throw him over there now. Nope, didn't want to change the jersey number. Alright, excuse me. Alright, so then we have our center position, which I'm comfortable with our centers. I think we have some really good centers. We have a good starter. And then I think we picked this dude up late in the draft. So that guy's pretty solid. And then our right guard position, which I feel like we could be better. I don't know why. I feel that way. I'm just trying to see what we got on our roster. So we don't have too much of anything, honestly. Pierce is our starter, or was our starter. Harris is going to be our starter now. McCord. And then this guy is going to be on the outs, so we're going to cut him now. I'm cool with letting him go. What?
I fall my tongue down on my lip.
You okay?
No.
You want some ice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daddy, why do I need
Alright.
ice?
Not mice, I said ice. Okay.
Ice?
Yeah, so I got Ono Bun.
We have ice, right, Daddy?
I might end up cutting this guy. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't know, Sankey looking like, okay, Sankey's gonna cut. That's who's gonna get cut. Stop messing around. Booker is the guy that I play on. I usually like my user to be a little bit quicker. So Grant and Booker are gonna be over there. Longwoods is gonna be on the left hand side, so we're gonna kick him to the left end. Usually my left end is a guy that I feel like they can get upfield, or at least can possibly get upfield, and then can still like be a run stopper. This carry dude, oh my god, this guy, like I wish he had higher block shedding. I might end up spotlighting him throughout the season, just so he has the higher block shedding. Because if he has higher block shedding, I think that's gonna give us a really good chance. Oh, excuse me, and give us a really good chance to be really dominant up front, honestly. And then we have this guy here. Really doesn't have a home at all on my roster, so I think Reed is going to end up being cut. I'm just going to cut Reed now. Then our defensive tackle position is I'm never stressed out on the defensive tackle position. I never really worry about the defensive tackle position because I rarely run a DT. But yeah, we got a couple of good ones there, so we're just gonna leave them guys alone for now. And then Lester is going to be the guy that we're going to want to play right out to linebacker, so we're going to kick him to right out now. He's going to play right out, and then Palmer was a guy that I felt like showed really good pass rush last year from the right outside linebacker position against the left tackle alone. The guy that showed a lot of good pass rush against left tackles last year, so I'm really interested to see what he's going to do this year if I get him up against some couple of right tackles. If he's a guy that can truly push up the side and be really just a speed rusher at this point. That's all I need him to be. So we're going to kick him to left out. Got confused there for a second what I was doing. So Palmer's going to be our left out rusher. Lester's going to be our right out rusher. And then our inside linebacker position is pretty much honestly set. We have some good inside linebackers, honestly. So Cecilio was a guy that ran with McIntyre last year that showed really good flashes. But that I think we just picked up a guy in in the draft. Swoop. There he is. Swoop. Oh my God. It's like I went into this offseason thinking that I didn't need another inside linebacker because I was okay with running Cecilio on the inside. But I think Swoop is going to take over for Cecilio, and Cecilio is just going to play backup at this point. And then Scott's going to be odd man out, unfortunately. Scott was a guy I definitely was looking forward to actually being a starter for me. But if you think about if I play Swoop inside with a McIntyre, the speed and athleticism I think I'm going to have there is going to be really unmatched, honestly. When you can go down the list and start comparing the two, Cecilio is a little bit stronger, and he's faster from an acceleration standpoint. I think he's just, oh wow, this is gonna be interesting what we're gonna do on the inside here. Block shedding is definitely higher here with Swoop, which is big. The finesse moves, don't worry about pursuit. That means better angles. Man, zone is a lot better. So we pick up that zone that we end up losing with Cecilio, which is really interesting to me as well. But oh my God, dude, he's just a beast. He's literally just an athletic beast at this point. Like, depth. That's all I keep telling myself. Like, I got depth at this point. This guy was going to be our projected backup into the linebacker. I still might keep him on my roster just because, once again, depth. So we're going to be interested to see what happens there. Patton is going to be odd man out at this point at the right outside linebacker position. There's just no truly a solid home for him unless I kick him down the end. But even then, like, I would just be trying to reach for him. So I think I'm going to just let him go. Actually, I'm going to see if he's a higher rated end. If he's a higher rated end, then I'm going to let him go as an end and not a right outside linebacker and give him a better chance to get picked up. Let's see what happens there. Let's see. He's 2 points higher. So anyway, I'm going to let him go as an end. He's going to go ahead and hopefully he can find a home somewhere else. Somebody else can do something with him. So that's going to be our outside guys for now. Brookins is definitely going to be our swing guy. He's going to play between left and right. And last year, Brookins wasn't a bad pass rusher. Like, let me clear that up. Like, he wasn't bad. He showed flashes here and there, but I feel like Palmer showed more flashes than Brookins did, in my personal opinion. Alright. Sorry about that. So then we're going to move on to the cornerback position. Sullivan picking him up huge, big time. We got a number one now. Kill last year was our nickel. Like I said, we did not have a bad nickel last year, but I think now with having Hargraves is going to take over that nickel position. Hopefully give us a little bit more stability there. And hopefully just a little bit more higher in playmaking. Randall now moves way down the list. Booty is going to move to the 2, which I'm cool with. I'm excited for. I think now it's going to be less pressure on him to actually be the go-to guy. And then we're just gonna cut some of these guys at the bottom half of the roster. I don't think we need any of these guys down here. I think the safety position may be our only strong need for some of these guys. But we'll see what happens here in a second. This guy is gonna be a nickel depth guy. So we got a buttload of corners, so we have to figure it out. We're gonna have to weave through that here in a second. And then Cooper, I think with it all being said and done, Cooper is gonna round up being our starter. At the end of the day, I didn't feel like I picked up anybody. I didn't feel like anybody truly stood out to me, even at the top half of the draft. There was a guy like, oh, I need to have that guy on my roster. So I think Cooper's just gonna mess around and be our starter. And then Everett's going to back up Red. We already know what Red is. Red was probably one of our best defenders last year. He was one of our cornerstone defenders. So I'm pretty cool with that. And that's pretty much it, honestly. All the other stuff is just depth chart. So run through this depth chart real quick. This is taking forever. Alright, cool. So what we're going to do now, so we have our fells, we have our starting quarterback. That's cool. We already know Freeman's going to be our starting running back this year. Larson is really interesting, so I don't know. But that's going to be that. That's going to be our backup fullback, good stuff. So now when it comes to receiver, Florence is going to be there. This rookie really intrigues me, and I'm going to do it. I don't know why, but I'm going to do it. But I feel like our wide receiver depth is true and strong. That was something last year that I feel like we ran into issues with, not having true wide receiver depth, or at least solid wide receiver depth. But I think that's going to be something that we're not going to have to worry about this year, which is really exciting. I think we might end up having too much depth, if you ask me. So we got our swing tackle there. And then I'm just going to kick this guy up here. And then now our left guard, we're good there. Our center's good there. Right guard, I feel like I'm going to regret not really doing anything with the right guard position. But we'll see here shortly. Put Pierce. Actually, you know what? We're going to take that back. We're going to go like that. Even though Pierce is a 78, he did not play up to par. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm moving the backup right guard position. So then we move to the defensive side of the ball. Like I said, left end is usually my run stopping guy that I feel really good about. So Ono Bun, Longwoods, and then that rookie that we picked up, the athletic big dude that we picked up, which is really interesting. This guy right here. This guy really, he just blows my mind with his size and everything that he has. Like, he has a lot going right now. And really, when you break him down, he can't tackle. That's his downfall right there. And I think that was, just as a team last year, that was our downfall. And I think that's what made Longwoods a better starter. So you know what? I think we're going to do Longwoods, rookie, and then Ono Bun as our 3. But definitely still going to keep that man on our roster. Then over here on the right hand position, my user position, I like Booker. So I'm going to go Booker, Grant, Ono Bun over here. And then that's going to be set. Defensive tackle, not too worried about. So left outside linebacker, we already said Palmer's going to be our go-to guy. We're Brookins being the swing guy. Where is he at? Left outside linebacker, Palmer. So then we got Palmer. Like I said, Brookins wasn't a bad pass rusher last year. He was pretty good. So now here is like the biggest issue that I have. I have 2 solid inside linebackers that I could run this year next to McIntyre. And really, if you're running next to McIntyre, you're automatically going to look good. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to probably regret this, but Swoop is a guy that I drafted, and I think I'm going to go Swoop. And then with Cecilio, I feel comfortable, like, now having the guys that I have on my roster, I feel extremely comfortable as far as the depth purposes, so that makes me feel even better. And then our right outside linebacker, once again, it's going to be not Berg, I was going to say Berg. Where's he at? I passed him up, didn't I? There he is, Lester. And then we're going to do Brookins as our swing guy. And then we're just going to leave the other 2 guys down there. Sullivan, Booty at the 2, and then Hargraves at the 3. Kill there. And actually, I might do Randall. Randall was a really decent corner. He showed flashes last year. He just never popped off the screen, but he showed flashes for sure. Cooper. So pretty much at this point, we created a void in our secondary by getting rid of Sanders. Sanders probably a little bit more consistent than anything that we probably could have put back there. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Since Kill's not starting, we can definitely go ahead and put him there as a return man. We'll go with that. Our punt returns, same thing. Go with that. Kickoff specialist, go with that. Long snapper. Let's make. Where is he at? Oh no, he's not possible. Okay, we're gonna do Bowley. And then 3rd down running back. We're just Freeman. We're just gonna go Freeman. I'm not gonna mess around with it. Freeman and then Hall. There we go. And then that's it. We're done. So now at this point, we're just going to have a couple of guys that we're going to probably drop onto our practice squad and give ourselves a good chance to do some stuff. Oh, wow. That was a mouthful right there. I'm going to turn off these injuries real quick because I hate preseason injuries. Literally the worst. Literally the worst. I can't stand preseason injuries. And then we're going to... I don't think I did any trainings, honestly. Oh, actually, I did. I can remember if I did trainings. That's linebacker. I need a D lineman. Yeah, I needed to do a D lineman training. But I definitely want to spotlight. I'm going to take Lester off. I feel like Lester's going to be fine. I want to spotlight this defensive end. I want to give him a year of spotlight and see what he can do. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I guess it is Carey. I was thinking Harris for some reason, but this is Harris. I'm tripping. Alright, so that's what we're going to spotlight those guys this year. Give them an opportunity to get better. Especially our tackle. I definitely want to bring him up to speed as quickly as possible. I want him to be as good as he possibly can early and often. And did that. And then that's it. We're just going to go ahead and advance this week. Yeah, we took that L. Do another training. So that's pretty much going to be it for this live stream. What I'm going to do is I am going to live stream my first game of the season. So I don't want to couple it together so you guys don't miss out on the gameplay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this preseason, do any cuts I have, and then I'm going to fire up the live stream again. So if you guys have made it this far through the live stream, definitely go over and check out the second one, because the second one is going to be the gameplay of week 1, and then see if we can get this dub on the week 1. So I appreciate you guys. If you're not a footballologist yet, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel today, become a footballologist, and stay safe, football fans.